Carli, Lloyd. Last night, the U.S. women's national team in front of that crowd at the Link picked up the win. They're in action in St. Paul, Minnesota. That'll be tonight on ESPN2 at 7 Central, and they're expecting more than 47,000 on hand. Carli, good morning. How are you today?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm curious how this became sort of something fun, something interesting, to now maybe something serious about trying to kick in the NFL. Can you give us sort of the progression of this?
Yeah, it's been pretty crazy. I got invited to go out to Eagles practice. I happened to have off that day, so it worked out really well. And I went out with my husband Brian and my coach and mentor, his younger son Preston. I also know the Ravens kicking coach and special teams coach, who used to be a former mayor a couple towns over from me. So he's been trying to get me to come out and kick with Justin Tucker over the last couple of years. So finally, all things aligned. I was able to go when the Eagles were practicing against the Ravens. Brought my boots because I was just going to have some fun kicking some field goals. Strapped up, put my boots on and just started kicking field goals. I didn't really warm up. I started at 25 yards and nailed that one and just kept moving further and further back. Got set at the 55-yard line and hit that one straight off the bat. And then, next thing I know, I'm getting in the car to leave an hour later or so, and things just started blowing up and going viral. And it turned into, potentially playing in the NFL, and it's been just wild, the power of social media and just crazy, really.
So what was the discussion like with your husband?
I think when I got home and, my phone was blowing up with all sorts of texts and tweets and you name it, I was just kind of laughing and thinking this is just, something fun. And my husband was actually saying, this is pretty big. I mean, you should seriously consider it. So he's all for it. I just was kind of brushing it off, but I think the more and more that I think about it, it would be pretty amazing. Number one, to be the first female to kick in the NFL, to break that barrier and maybe pave the way for some other future female kickers. And I love a challenge. And I know that, whatever challenge comes my way, I don't shy away from it. I actually embrace it. And with the right training and the right technique and all of that, it's a possibility. And I'm not naive to know that there's some big men that play football. And obviously I wasn't trying out for the NFL when I was kicking this field goal. So I took multiple steps because I was just having fun with it. So I'd like to get out there. I'd like to actually really try to get, a two-step down. If I can do that, then there is a great possibility. But first and foremost, I am focusing on soccer at the moment and do want to be a part of the Olympic team. And that's sort of my goal right now.
Would you have to retire from the U.S. women's soccer team to focus on this?
I'm not really sure. I'm not sure how, it would work to have a U.S. soccer contract and also an NFL contract. I'm not sure that they've ever run into that problem before. I would imagine that, I'd probably have to choose. But I think this is something that it's going to depend on the next coach coming in and if they see me in their future plans for the Olympics. And then I'll, just kind of go from there and figure it out.
It feels like there are a lot of people worried for you that if you have to tackle somebody, which I found sexist because nobody ever says a field goal kicker, boy, can he tackle somebody. You've dealt with the physicality of playing soccer. You play in a physical way. Do you have any concerns about this?
I mean, of course. I mean, I know that it does happen. I think that there is, less of a chance of that happening, but I know that it does happen. I think that there's a number of different things. You can kind of focus on all that and, or I could just kind of attempt it and see what happens. But yeah, I mean, it's different. I mean, men are bigger, stronger, faster than women. That's just kind of the DNA of men versus women. I get that. I know that. And it's obviously something that, I would have to think about as well. But, I really believe that, I have great form as far as technique on the soccer field. And, that carries into kicking a field goal as well. I actually was sent a screenshot of, Justin Tucker kicking and me kicking, and it's, pretty similar technique. So I think with some practice and all that, there's definitely a possibility.
All right. You grew up an Eagles fan. What if the Dallas Cowboys wanted to bring you in to have you try out? Or the New York Giants? Somebody in the division, or the Steelers, they brought you in. Which one would be tougher to do?
That would be tough. But at the end of the day, it's, it would be, a business decision. I think, I haven't gotten that far yet, but it would be difficult. But at the end of the day, I'm a competitor, and wherever, if the possibility I did land somewhere other than the Eagles, I would have to do my job. And, I want to win, and that's all that matters.
Can you imagine going to the link, game on the line, and then you beat your Eagles and they don't get a chance to go to the playoffs? I'm just, we're just having fun here. I'm fast forwarding here, Carli.
I know. Many people are fast forwarding, and I'm still kind of still taking it all in.
Yeah. What, Fritzy?
Hall of Fame kicker Morten Anderson's on the line to offer some advice to Carli.
I saw where Morten.
Wow.
Hey, Morten, how are you?
Hey, Dan. Hey, Carli.
Hey, how are you? Appreciate the support.
It's my pleasure, and I think, Dan, I want to say this to everybody. I think this is worth celebrating and embracing, and whether it happens or not, this is what America is all about. I came from a soccer background in Denmark. Didn't know how to kick a football until I came to this country, and it worked out pretty well for me. So, Carli, whether you work with Justin Tucker or decide if you want to come and work with me, I'm just offering up my services. I think it's wonderful. I think it's more than fun because you clearly have the talent. You're a great soccer player, and we need to celebrate strong humans, whether a female or male.
I appreciate that. Yeah, you've done quite well. So I'm a big fan, and yeah, that's awesome. I appreciate that.
Morten, what kind of advice? Is there one tip if she has 9-10 months to get ready for something like this? What should she focus on?
I would say that she should put the helmet and shoulder pads on right away and get the feel for kicking with the equipment on. I think that's going to be key because it does change. One thing is to go out in shorts and a tank top, and we all have done that, but you need to put the equipment on because it does change when you're wearing that. So it changes it a little bit, but other than that, just be patient, and it's a long road. It's a marathon, and do your due diligence, Carli, like it sounds like you want to, and take your time, and it's really a lot of it is between the ears when the lights come on, as you know, and you've been in big moments. So, but I would say put the equipment on as quickly as you can and get
Morten,
a feel for that.
Did anybody question your ability to tackle anybody?
Well, and let me say this: they called me the matador for a reason because I olayed more guys than anybody. So I don't think that's a real concern for Carli. I think we have 10 other guys in front of us for a reason, and your job is to put the ball through the pipes, through the uprights. And so if you want to run to the sideline right after you kick, I don't have a problem with that.
That's what I was thinking. I would just turn and run the opposite way.
Hey, Morten, it was nice of you to call in. Great to catch up with you. Thank you. We appreciate your time. That's
yeah, I really appreciate it. I'll have to get in touch with you at some point.
Yeah, Hall of Fame kicker. He kicked for 25 years, and is he the all-time scoring leader, I think, in NFL history? So What did your teammates say last night when you before you guys played? Did you get any advice or anybody have anything to say about this possibility?
Yeah, well, I had just a few days ago when I met up with the team. Obviously, that was the first thing that everybody was kind of talking about when I walked into the hotel, and I had a lot of teammates who supported me and want me to do it, and just saying that I would live for this moment, and if you don't do it, you're crazy. So they have all my support, and it was pretty cool. And for something that just turned into a very casual thing. It's just unbelievable how big this has gotten. And yeah, it's been pretty cool.
Why don't you get Rapinoe to be your holder?
Yeah.
Because I know that she'll tackle somebody.
Funny. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've got no issues tackling anybody either, but I don't know if I see a 300-pound man coming at me, it might be, might think a little otherwise. But
have you worn shoulder pads in a helmet before?
I have not.
Okay.
No, and that is the first thing that I do want to, get on myself, the equipment. I actually need a bag of footballs as well. That's another thing. I mean, obviously I don't have footballs in my house. A lot of soccer balls, but need some footballs to get out there and practice.
I'm sure that there'll be people who are volunteering to help you with that, with your footballs.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sure.
Hey, it's fun. I hope it doesn't put added pressure on you that you now have to do it. I hope it's something that you can enjoy, and maybe there's that possibility of just getting in uniform, getting out on the field. That'd be wonderful to see. But in the meantime, good luck tonight in Minnesota, and we appreciate your time, Carli.
Yeah, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
That's Carli Lloyd.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.